ask me how I send it.
Continue the breakfast this morning.
This partnership of ours has proven to be fruitful. You teaming up with me in the morning now. I mean, this is a major win with this LTMI in the Ministry of Transport. Some people have sustained. They don't see the House's decision writing the Attorney General. It's 1 week now. It's good that we have this information in our hand. We wait to see if the Attorney General will write the traffic management to start doing the function of the Ministry of Transport. But it's great to be on the TV this morning. I haven't seen him for a while now. It's a privilege to have former presidential candidate, Councillor Tiawan Gongloe, live with us. Someone said the constitutional lawyer. Great, good morning to you. You still holding the broom? Why you still carrying the broom?
The broom is an awareness tool. It creates curiosity everywhere I go.
Is that an iron broom or?
It is an ordinary broom.
Ordinary broom? My brother needs an iron broom to sweep all things.
Well, you know, I like to use what we have.
What do we have?
We haven't started transforming our iron ore into steel. So, you know, the iron will come from steel. Iron will come from steel.
Great. How you been doing? There are a couple of people who are concerned. Councillor Tiawan have been so quiet. You don't use your social media at one point in time. You write on social media.
You know, there is something that I found that we fought for freedom of expression and multiplicity of media institutions and all that, so that people can have access to information in this country. But there's a downside to it. When we had ELBC and ELW alone, I mean the two stations, and with ELW reporting what Lena would produce and only carry on religious programs, ELBC was the one station that everyone listened to for news on government and what was happening in Liberia. So everybody got the news. Now we have multiplicity of radio stations. If I appear on this station,
everyone calling you for an interview.
If I appear on this station, if I don't appear on OK, for some time people say, we haven't heard you. Because there are some people who didn't listen to OK, and there are some people who didn't listen to Truth FM.
And when you sit on Truth FM, your voice is being heard. There's a guy who called from Grand Crew and he say, listen to Batoma every morning. Your voice is being heard across the country.
That's one thing I like about Truth FM. You created friends for me. I met a man in Burma who said, you are my friend. One of new rappers made you my friend and talk about you, and so and I like what I hear about you. But that's the thing. I've been on other radio stations.
You have fought for
Freedom FM recently.
Okay, yeah,
for 1
freedom.
hour.
Okay.
By telephone. But there's
do you love the Liberian media? That who calls us journalists. What do you make of that? Do you love the Liberian media?
I love the Liberian media and I defend them. You know that. Everybody knows I defend both the print and electronic media. We need them. You know, Article 15C of the Constitution of Liberia says that the people have a right to know about their government and its functionaries. The only people who get people to know about their government are those who work in the media. They are the only ones. Otherwise, there will be no other way. The Constitution put it there, but how will it be functional if the media is not reporting about the government and the people are not speaking to the government or through the media?
And the media must report what is truth, not misinforming
the media must report. In fact, misinformation undermines the importance of the media. It undermines public trust. So truth is something that is not optional, it's necessary. And that's the only thing that you cannot, and don't allow yourself to be the medium through which falsehood are transmitted to the public.
Before we go into the details, do you sometimes drive? Let me just ask you this. Do you sometimes drive?
I drive, but I don't like driving.
You don't love driving? Yes. Do you have a driving lesson? That's something I want to ask. You have a driving lesson?
I have my driving license right here.
Okay.
But
which other driving lesson do you obtain? The traffic management or the one that was created?
No, I've not obtained one recently.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know what driving. Before this traffic management became effective, I'm opposed to outsourcing. I've written about it.
Okay.
I'm opposed to outsourcing. I'm happy that you people are talking about this. We have a statutory ministry, a ministry that has a statutory function, right? We should not outsource that. It is totally against the law to do that. And I'm sure if I Let me say because I offer, but I don't think the Ministry of Justice should be attesting to any statute, any agreement.
You was once in the seat. I'm looking at former Attorney General.
No, I'm not the Attorney General.
Yeah, I mean, I'm a Solicitor General. Yes.
You know, as an Attorney General, you have no option to violate the law. Because you have to attest to any document that says a contract. I mean, you attest to it means it's consistent with the law.
Okay.
And we have ministries that are created by the legislature that have the statutory function, and to take their function and give it to non-librarians or is totally in violation of the law, in my view. Look, I was Minister of Labor, and I was the first to increase the work permit fee from $400 to $1,000.
400.
Yes.
Okay.
To $1,000 at the time to serve as a disincentive for a lot of foreigners coming and taking new jobs that librarians can do. The law clearly says that you cannot give work permit to people to do jobs that librarians are qualified to do. But since the nation must function, if you don't have qualified citizens, then you need other people to help you. But at that time it was clear that there were still some foreigners working in areas that librarians were working, like accounting and all of that. And so we increased the work permit fee as an additional disincentive for getting a lot of non-librarians coming and taking jobs. Now, there are people trained at the Ministry of Labor, and they were issuing a work permit without any problem. In fact, that year, even with the increment in the fees, many foreigners were still coming.
That's why you took it from 400 to 1,000.
So the ministry made millions of dollars that year. For the first time, the ministry had never made anything up to $1 million before I became Minister of Labor.
Wow.
So the government then decided to put a banking window at the Ministry of Labor.
Okay.
So there was a banking window. You come, when they vet you and they find that you qualify to work in Liberia, they give you the paper, you go to the window, the banking window, and pay, and you bring a receipt to the alien registration department, and they put the book together and send it to the minister and assign. So it was clear. I don't know for what was the reason, what was the problem that the government wanted to outsource under President. We as government, CDC. So it got outsourced to a company from Slovenia.
Okay, it's a CTEX.
Slovenia, CTEX. I don't even know how many Liberian people know the country called Slovenia. I don't know whether there's any Liberian working.
Are you also aware that the resident permits have also been outsourced?
Resident permit outsourced to an Indian company.
Yeah.
No wonder why there are more Indian foreign employees in Liberia than any other country. You know, and I don't understand that because it goes against the statutes creating the ministries. It goes against the liberalization policy that was introduced under President Trump. And at the time that liberalization policy was introduced, there were less Liberian educated people. Now you have more Liberian educated people in Liberia and abroad, in the United States, in England, in Australia, all over the place. We don't have that level of incapacity that we had, in the 1970s when liberalization was key. Why are we creating unemployment? Why are we, even assuming that you want to break the law to give it to outsource certain jobs? They are Liberian entrepreneurs. Did you give chance to Liberian entrepreneurs to participate maybe in a competition to win a bid to carry on some jobs that you want to outsource? No. I don't understand that. It's just, in my view, doesn't make sense to me. That government will engage in practices that creates more unemployment and undermine Liberian Liberian entrepreneurship.
I think most time listening up to the vice president, even the president, said our bigger challenge is the issue of unemployment, and 90% of the youth are unemployed.
Yeah, but you say that, and then they promote a policy that increases unemployment. You know, because it's not just saying it. Look, if you go to Beer Mountain, you see the Turkish all over the place, doing jobs that Liberians can do. You go to Dikepa, you think you are in Bombay, India, all over the place. Indians everywhere, and Liberians are unemployed. You know, and unemployment creates undermines the ability for people to put bread on the table. And in a country where you have a lot of angry people, obvious, and hungry people, obviously they will be angry. And angry people will engage in protests, they will engage in all kinds of things. They will not listen to government because they are angry. You know, and when you have a country where there are so many hungry people and angry, you cannot successfully unite. You cannot successfully reconcile the people because one group, a large number of people are looking for just a clean glass of water to drink, while a few people are looking for champagne. Those two people have two different sets of people living in the same country. How can they unite?
I was listening to someone send me an audio. I mean, I'm much smaller. I listened to former President Charles Taylor say one of his biggest regrets, he was unable to unite the country. And you are one person who supported President Boyka into the presidency, your political party. President Boyka being able to unite Liberia?
No.
Why?
Because of the same thing. There are more hungry and angry people in the country. And it's still perpetuating. Under President Salih and President Riyadh government, the President pro tem of Liberia, for example, was making higher than the President pro tem of the United States Senate. Same thing with the Speaker. And the salaries of ministers, people in the three branches of government at the top are making so much, high salaries compared to other countries who are even doing much better in Africa. Compared to Ghana, compared to Botswana, compared to Mauritius, compared to Rwanda. These countries are budgeted in such a way that they pay people lower salary at a higher level and keep a lot of money to carry on social services, to improve the education, health services, grow more food, build the infrastructure. That's the sacrifice you need to make. In Liberia, can you imagine? It just doesn't make sense that any official of government in Liberia will make salary higher than any official of government holding the same title in the United States. The richest country of the world. And Liberia being among
Liberia officials make more money.
And we are.
But you want donors only, we still cry for donors outside.
And we're trying to qualify for MCC so we can get support from the United States. Yet we are wasting money. We are wasting money, and that brings me even to the FOIA project.
So before asking the FOIA project,
okay. Right? So, but let me say,
yes.
So this thing.
I have a specific question for you.
So this thing about paying few people, 1% of the population, more than 50% of what is therefore to pay salaries.
The 1.2 billion of the budget, right?
So if you pay people in government higher salaries, very high salaries, compared to people in the United States and other developed countries, right? And that is beside the point. Those same people, the gasoline allotment they get, the scratch cards, the other benefits, the travel, they are going business class. And let me say to Liberian people,
this kind of statement on every other time.
If I ride economy class, I am not going to approve a budget that will make anybody in the government go business class. Period.
You're the president.
Of course.
You're the president. You need a VIP treatment.
No. No. You see, presidency is for the people, not for yourself. I'm a Christian. I believe in Jesus Christ type of leadership.
All the officials in the
said-
Capitol building,
he said-
they will say the same
He
thing. They're Christian.
said, but they are different from me.
They all go
Check
to the
my
same
track record.
churches. They go to different churches, go and pray, but yet and still,
No,
I mean,
listen,
hallelujah.
now
when
you
they
sound
come out,
like General.
I sound like a one
you
crazy
sound like
man
no, you
saying
sound,
that.
you sound like the late General Joshua
What
Jogenero.
you calling Joshua?
Joshua Jogenero. No, the late General Joshua Jogenero, our executive assistant to Dr. Sawyer. One time he came to Dr. Sawyer in 1991 when the war was on. Mr. President, this is your country. Every street you pass, you go see church or mosque. But they could kill human beings like ants. What sort of God do they worship?
Everywhere, all the street corners, you see the churches, you see the mosques, but they're still killing.
He said, and they kill human beings like they kill ants. What sort of God do they worship? All right? But let me say this. Jesus Christ and Muhammad, the two people who follow in this country, were humble people. They were selfless people. They look up for people more than themselves. Didn't Jesus Christ in the Bible take, I think, a loaf or 2 loaves of bread and feed 5,000 people? He didn't say, let me eat it and get the balance to the people. He washed the feet of his disciples. That is what leadership is about. That is what leadership is about. You let your people be happy. And you feel whatever discomfort. The leaders that have made name in this world were not leaders who live in comfort.
All the good ones are
Kwame Nkrumah.
on the earth.
Kwame Nkrumah, Mandela, even Gerald Rollins, young man. Look at what the boy is doing in Burkina Faso. I don't talk about
we shouldn't pass around the bush, right? You have a problem. We shouldn't pass around the bush. You brought Joe Boykai to power. Your political power, the LTD was a phrase. Are you impressed with the workings or the lapses?
I just said there have been some progress made with the Southeastern Road areas, but the missteps are more. All right? Because things have not changed fundamentally. For example, the continual tracking that all of us in opposition, including the Unity Party people, condemn. The one I'm talking about, Ministry of Labor, for outsourcing our work permit to a Slovenian company. You talk about resident permit, and then the LTM.
The traffic management.
And we just outsourcing. We just outsource a major road project to a Sierra Leone company. Oh, I don't mind Sierra Leone is within the region, our brothers and sisters, they need. But let Trump say, Liberia first. America first, Liberia first. When you're in government, it must be Liberia first. Look, this country has capacity. But if government does not want to see capacity, it will give excuse and look elsewhere. You see the Robertsfield Road?
Almost 6 years now.
No, I'm talking about the company that built the Robertsfield Road for the first, that was the straightest road in the country until the old company built that road from Cllr to Waterside. But even then, you see the Robertsfield Road, very few curves, straight. It was built by a Liberian company. The Mensa Construction Company.
In which year was that?
Way I think in the early 70s.
A Liberian company built it?
It was a Liberian company that built the Robertsfield Highway. The Mensa Construction Company owned by engineer the late Alfred Mensa. Look, many of the roads in the country were built by Liberian companies, especially the feeder roads. And not just the Liberian government hiring them, USAID had confidence in Liberian companies to give them contracts to build the feeder roads to support towards integrated road development program. For example, the road from Cllr, you haven't been to Nimba, you don't want to go there. But the road from Cllr to Ban, very good road in the 70s, was built by Billy Cooper, the Billy Cooper company. And even Alfred Mensa was the same person that built the road from people to Hapwa. Yeah, there were so many Liberian companies in this country, and at that time we didn't have the number of Liberian civil engineers that we have today, specialized, and they have so many construction companies. Look, the Liberian government could have put 2 or 3 Liberian construction companies to
give them.
They all participate and say we want 3 companies to do it, right? One from St. Paul Bridge maybe to Cllr, another one from Cllr to maybe to Robertsport Junction, another from Robertsport Junction to Bowadasa. They could have done a very good work. And someone say, oh, the pre-finance library companies don't have money. That doesn't make sense to anybody who's informed. None of the companies, even the ones that come from Cllr, don't have money in the bank. Now, contractors give you money.
So why they don't have money coming from Ghana? They're banning Ghana. Once
you get a good contract, the bank will finance you because the bank gave loan.
Once the bank know that you're being awarded a very good contract, the bank gave you loan. Of course. So most of these companies don't even have a dime.
Exactly. So why you couldn't give Liberian companies the opportunity? They will have employed a lot of Liberians. The Sierra Leone company will employ Sierra Leone engineers and all that. You are
Liberians will sweep the streets, take the low level.
Yeah, give them the subcontract, give them in their own country. That's not what other countries do.
It's all doing the same old thing. Like people voted George we have a bad governance, and Joe Boyka, Liberians said that Boyka will win. Is it the same old thing being repeated? I mean,
of course, because if you are still outsourcing, right? You don't have confidence. It means, as a government, you do not have confidence in your own people. And you do not intend to even build their capacity. That's terrible. The purpose of governance is to seek the common good of the people. And one of the things that should be done is to create jobs. When people have jobs, through these things,
so I follow your social media posts late evening on this MRU project. Who pays what and why now? I mean, initially the Ministry of Information through its deputy ministers said that this was an MRU project. The Ministry of State also said that the different answer to that. The Minister of Public Works said security and all of it. Now the Ministry of Information have come out and said, well, this 6.1.
The Minister of State didn't know.
Yeah.
The Minister of State during the confirmation here.
Yes, he was not informed. The Ministry of Information have come out and said $6.1 million project. This is a Liberian project. It's good for the internet for Liberian people in monorail countries. They will be able to use the area. The project was funded by some friends and some businesses. What do you have to say about that?
Government's action should not be shrouded in secrecy. Secrecy. Because you see, I just read Article 15C of the Constitution. The people of Liberia have a right to know about the government. Not sometime or all of the time.
All of the time.
Every minute, every second of the day, the people of Liberia have a right to know. And it is the obligation of the government to inform the people of Liberia about how it is running government. Every activity must be exposed to the people.
It's not different for you to talk about open door policy or what?
No, you see.
Because at one point in time, Richard Kuhn said if you put camera on this, would jail you, would do this. So Liberian people should be informed about
everything in the public service.
Who gave the funding, who do this,
everything. From the beginning. First, was it in the budget? Have you seen it? All right? It should be budgeted. It should be debated because the budget is debated in the legislature. People will know. And then some people, our representatives in the legislature will say, some people will say, this is not a national priority, it's not a priority of my constituency. I can't vote for this. All right? So it just came up. And then the project nearing completion, and they are saying, oh, for security reasons. When the Ministry of Defense was being built on a door where the present ministerial complex is, it was publicly known, Ministry of Defense.
No security implication.
No security implication. To build the BDC on a door, it was an open thing. So, to say construction has secrecy, I just don't understand. To build the executive mansion on a top was an open thing. Everything. The judicial complex that was built on a Chief Justice Johnny Lewis, right? The 4 buildings. There was nothing secret there. I just can't understand with my level of education. I'm just an ordinary Liberian. If I'm confused about this, what do you think about
You are confused.
I am.
At the level?
I am confused because...
What grounds are you confused on? I mean, they have come out to say it's the Liberian people property.
Yeah.
This is not this is not President Barack's property.
There are too many unknowns. So what the government is reacting to is the fact that people say, oh, this is the George, he built for the 7-story building or 46 or whatever, and he and President Barack is building a presidential resort in his home in Foya. That's what government reacted to. But government should have said more. There was complete misstep when we don't know about groundbreaking. In fact, the blueprint, nothing about this building was known to the public before it was constructed. And that's the whole thing, to see whether it's a government, it's a national priority. I don't see it that way. It is not a national priority.
Is that an urgency?
It is not. You see, look, here is the government that has not completed the executive mansion. We need for that executive mansion to be completed, the renovation to be completed, for the president to move in the presidential quarters there, not to be moving up and down every day. With the level of crime in this country, the president movement stalls everything, business, work, even government function, everything got everybody stops up and down. The president should be there. The building was constructed in such a way there's a presidential quarter where the president's family will live. He comes from upstairs, he comes from the 5th floor.
They didn't stay in our mansion. George Ria didn't stay in our mansion.
They were wrong. They were wrong. That's what I believe this government came to rescue.
Had I been tired of you? I mean, so let
me say,
as you conclude the MRA thing.
So I'm saying, even as bad as it is that we're not informed and we don't know the sources of the money, we see it from other governments and from private sources and some from government, but the money that has come from Guinea, Sierra Leone, and Ivory Coast have not been stated by the government. How much will be the government's contribution? We don't know. We have a right to know. The government has an obligation to give that entire information to us as the government. But even assuming all of those missteps, if the government has said we are building a regional mental health center in Foya, you will have seen the happiness of the Liberian people. We are building a regional technical vocational training center. People will have been happy. We are building a state-of-the-art hospital that will reverse the trip to India, Ghana, and other places. A regional hospital that will be supported by the Monorail countries, that will have everything there. People will have been happy. Because these are priorities. But here are we're talking about presidential conference center. What happened to the Unitary Conference Center is lying in ruins, built by the Liberian government. What is happening? Why is the government not rehabilitating the Unitary Conference Center, where a lot of conferences during the transitional government, during the peace process were being held?
The Unitary Conference Center?
Yes, in Virginia. Why is the government, since you're talking about presidential suites, Hotel Africa has more than 50 villas. The hotel itself is down. What steps has has the government taken?
Council, that MRU project for the Liberian people, not President Joseph Boyka project.
I'm saying the president has taken his president. I'm not talking about him as a,
so your concern, you want the detail of it. The information given by the Ministry of Information is not sufficient enough.
I'm not sure whether you are even informed as a journalist.
The first edition of the 10 million, I'm now getting 6.1 million.
Even if it is
and you are confused, the keke man, the motorbike rider will be more confused if you are here sitting and saying you're confused on this.
The woman in the market will be confused more than me. Because I cannot explain to ordinary people, even to my clients, about this project. I don't believe first it's a national priority. All right? I don't believe it's a national priority. And I've not received sufficient explanation from the government on its funding. They say, oh, there will be funding coming from other governments, from partners, from the private sector. How? How much is coming? We don't know. So, and again, people have to be careful. Many of the projects, prestigious projects that I've seen around Liberia, I traveled when I was campaigning. I went to 354 towns.
They say you didn't win the election.
I didn't win the election.
You campaigned 356,000 villages.
I didn't win the election
across the country.
Yes, I didn't win the election. I came way number 6.
Maybe your message was not sweet. I said, maybe Tiawan, this is your first time. No. This is not your time.
You just hit it. They say your message is good, but we see you for the first time.
In the town and villages.
Everywhere.
You slept there, you drank there, you ate with there.
I slept on bamboo beds.
On bamboo beds.
Bamboo beds and all that.
Okay.
I walked 5 minutes away to go use a latrine from the houses I slept in. But they say, your message, the thing you're talking, Google in the street, oh boy, that the first time we see in the night of town, that we are in Bakata and 2 people will know. I heard that everywhere. I said, well, I'm already in the campaign, I just have to continue. But I heard it from everywhere, beginning Orange Grove. I heard it. I slept in Orange Grove on the 24th of December. I left my family and I went and slept in Orange Grove on the 24th of December in 2022. Right. You know, just as part of the sacrifice.
Out of 22 candidates or 20 candidates, came 6. Maybe 2029 will be your time. But this kind of message?
It has to be my time. Everywhere I go now, the broom is becoming this broom. It's becoming a celebrity.
Since President Boyka, you support it, have there been time you meeting one-on-one?
Yes, I think that's right after the inauguration. Yeah, me and my running mate went to see him.
Okay.
That's when he said, oh, and I said, I want to advise.
Did he offer you that Cllr Tiawan wants you to one position in government?
I first talked to him. I said, can we give you advice?
You gave him advice?
Yes, I said, one advice. The Liberian people are tired of old faces. Don't bring back anybody who has been minister before back into your government. Bring deputy ministers, bring assistant ministers from past governments who serve well, so that Liberian people can see new faces. There are 2 types of it. Liberian people say, there's a new.
The people who have been ministers way back,
right?
The past government.
Some people have been.
Don't bring them.
That's it. Don't bring them. People were ministers even in the last government, because some people have been ministers in 2, 3 governments. And I said, they're not so. They're in not such a way that Liberians need them without them. Liberia can exist. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They are other Liberians. So I said, look, they don't have monopoly of ideas and ability to work. If there are 2 things you would do when you bring new people. First, Liberian people will say, oh, there's a new deal. Wow, there's a new government.
Okay.
Secondly, those people who have not served as minister before will be so determined to show who they are.
That's what you're saying to the president.
I was saying that. They will be so determined. They will work hard to justify their inclusion. They will see it as a privilege that they never even expected that they would be minister one day in their life, and you brought them from assistant minister or deputy minister to minister. So I say, bring those people. Because it will encourage other deputy minister and assistant minister in the future to work hard, because they say when you work hard, you can be noticed, right? And you can be elevated.
The president
he likes parables. So I say, if the 7th grade students don't pass to third grade, where will the first grade students go? They can't just be sitting in that seat.
Yeah.
They have to create. And he said, yeah. He said, and right after I finished, he said to me, but I want to make you my Minister of Justice.
And you are serving government.
And I said, but Mr. President, look, you didn't hear me. I'm a former Minister of Labor. I'm not so selfish to make myself an exception. I just told you don't bring back old ministers. Then you say you won't bring me. And you, how will you respect me? So, but the man just said, I will not bring old minister. He's happy to be Minister of Justice. I said, no. And I told him, I prefer you give a job to my running mate who was sitting right here.
You were Yapo?
He was sitting right there.
Okay.
And Vice President Kuhn was sitting there. I said, and I said, look, he has never worked in government. He has a PhD in environmental science. This young man will be so motivated to work, and he will make your government look good. And it will also give feeling to people. People will be enthusiastic. And, you don't have to be a big wig to be in government. You just have
and he's performing.
And he's performing
yes,
very well.
Yes.
He's one of the president of the government that's performing very well. So yes, that's the context you asked whether you offer me. Yes, you offer me, but I needed to give you the whole context.
Okay.
And you don't have to be in government to change things. By speaking to those in authority about governance, you make sure that they don't fall over the cliff. I speak critically about governance. When they do good, I talk about it. But I'm not one of those who will say, oh, just because I supported the government, you don't dress the devil, and dress it, that thing they can be saying. No. And one of the things that make me free to talk, I was the first politician in this country to leave my party to support Unity Party without holding any telephone or in-person
You had George, I had Joe Boyka. You could have gone for George, and you choose the support.
There are many reasons. I consulted widely with my supporters around the world.
That was not another reason. That was not a one-sided decision.
No, not one-sided.
Okay.
I consulted with my supporters around the world. And then I just say, Abby, we are happy that the country did not go.
Government has said the worst thing with the president, and now they appear as a saint. So we shouldn't look in that kind of way again.
I think that's part of our problem in this country, and it's a big Liberian problem that we need to solve. I remember during a peace conference when we used to go to Lome and we went in the hall talking. One Nigerian, from Nigeria, he said, think about Liberians. They can be enemies. They see each other. They talk, they drink beer together. When they get into that hall, then they start disagreeing. And they got people in the field killing each other, and so, but Liberians should not take things so lightly. Our yes should be our yes. We should not be so inconsistent. Some people say things about people, and then they say, oh, that liquor talk, or oh, that politics. Politics does not mean to be insincere. Be sincere.
Maybe the country don't love good people in particular, so try to bring on a phone calls quickly.
But one of the reasons that we have to keep creating awareness and our whole journalists responsible for changing the minds of this country. It is journalists that should identify good people and promote them. Even without them asking you, you have a good
identify good people and promote them. Okay.
In every field. You should do that. Don't let it, because people are not informed. And especially radio journalists, when people listen to radio, say that what the radio say. So when you mislead people on the radio, you are doing a very dangerous thing to the country. Yeah.
Great. The constitutional lawyer, Councillor Tiawan Gongloe, is our guest this morning right here on the Breakfast Show. Let's pick some calls up. 18 minutes down, 9 o'clock. This is the Thursday edition of the TBS. You can flip in the line this morning. 0770-153-265. Let's hear from you. But tomorrow we'll get the other line going through. Let's hear from you this morning. It's been a while since having you on the TBS this morning. 0770-153-265. But tomorrow you can announce
next year I'll come more often.
You come. Yes, depending on your own schedule. But let's get our first call.
I'm teaching at the 2 law school.
Yeah, you teach at 2 law school. You're too busy. You want the presidency.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just killed him about that. Morning. Let's do a minute per call. Morning.
Morning, O'Neill, and to Joseph Batoma, good morning. This is Hartford from Cape FM. And to my second choice during the past election, good morning, Councillor Tiawan Gongloe.
You see, the man is honest.
So he has choice 1 and choice 2.
The man is honest.
Yes,
Okay.
I have choice 1 and I have choice 2. He was my second choice. If things did not go the way I wanted it. But by the grace, he went away, so he was my second choice. And he will be my second choice in this coming election.
Again? Alright.
Yeah.
Quickly to the point.
But I'm disappointed in him for not coming to the new stations.
My man did that thing. Yeah, but I must stop that thing. You can't make publicity for your station here. Yeah. Morning.
Good morning to you. Good morning to Councillor Gongloe in studio. And in KMSB Wisdom. Mr. Gongloe, you already know the time I live from. I'm from Westport Pronoke and Aston Calvert. I just want you to know that, and I believe you win that million campaign. You are always bragging about the 70 towns, but yet you could not still win the election. But I think the directives will change and not turn around. But here is the issue, Mr. Gongloe. You see, in Liberia, politicians seem to be people of progressive change. We don't bring them to power. People who have political will, we don't bring them to power. You know, one reason for which I'm listening, Councillor Gongloe, you know I'm always calling you. When you respond to my voice, you say, we appreciate for calling me that. Let me end on this note. You are never in a rule of law. You don't base on anything. And when a leader will succeed in Liberia, there should be justice for the poor, and the rule of law should be very strong. Because when people steal, he will take action. Not like Mr. Waka, who is dismissing people with no action. Even if I take 6,000 per month, I get 120,000 a year. When I even steal 1 billion and you slap me, you think I'm going to get that money back? No.
Alright. Yeah, accountability, yes. I made it a call, yes. Joseph, go ahead. Yeah, use the headphone.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you. Yeah, let's see this person online. Morning. Please be audible.
My name is Tiawan from Honorable Gongloe, you have said it all, and all of what you said. That's one thing that I'm taking from your conversation, which is very important for this country, for this things that have been happening. Like, you know, the pattern from the former president, Madam Ellen Johnson, the request time, where because if the government respects and respect all citizens and, you know, respect them for what is land and take that into consideration, then of course you will have to create job opportunities for the citizens. The former president Ellen Dele, when they brought Ghanaians, when she dealing so poor, in the first 6 months they brought Ghanaians in this country. There's two people like that we don't even know how to go Bingale or shovel or Dika to play life in this country. That was two fight for the Liberian citizens. So if government is behaving like that from the past up to the present, so what will you show to your Liberian people, even if they are there for whatever they learn, that you want to put them to do, to provide for them and their family. So if you keep the citizens down in that manner, we'll have what they room around country.
All right. Thank you. Yes, Johnson, just take 2 more for your call. The call just have to be audible. We're struggling to hear them. Yeah.
Good morning to your co-host and good morning to the consummate progressive. Somebody who have been advocating for the Liberian people for many, many years. I'm Pastor Command. And I do join the conversation for one of the arguments of the Unity Party of Electoral Bureau. Hello?
You're live, go ahead.
I listened to the council attentively. Yeah, in the role model, Unity Party, somebody who I had to mold the minds of countless young people that are making inroads with the advocacy arena today. So I think it is never a bad sitting on the radio listening to the veteran. On the flip side, the veteran, during the 2023 election, the party of Cllr, they pulled their support behind the Unity Party. We're going to have it, and with the help of the Liberian people in the Unity Party, it was victorious. But it's been some of us. Yeah, people about the veteran did not do due diligence to say, oh, let me give you the space and need a little time to go and see whether they will get crowd. We're here talking about how the man became terrible, the federal against the government, criticizing the government on many. So I'm kind of confused. Somebody who's still supported today, honor him. Now I know people support there. That supported the unity, that apparently are jobless today, not because of the state against the government. I met most of them, and they intimated to me that the veteran did deliver because of the state against government today. Their party only was given many slots with a slot because I would thereby have to empower many of our parties today.
All right. Thank you. So this last caller, good morning. 30 seconds.
A pleasant good morning to you and a pleasant good morning to the President Progressive. This is the voice of Adivi Jeremiah Chike Cooper. And I do join you this morning for a knowledge and few. Let me appreciate you so kindly for the appearance of the well-elected councillor here this morning. In my opinion, I beg you to the Justice Minister, he continues, I misinterpretation of the ruling of the Supreme Court. He's not remember doing that first, now it's the second time, if my mind can tell me right. So on that bad job, I'm asking the councillor to join me in calling on the president highway removing highway repeal. So I don't interpret the law because it is against the judicial council for Justice Minister to keep misinterpreting the ruling of the Supreme Court.
Okay, thank you. That's it.
Yes, I mean, we can go on and on the calls because of time. Yes, you listen up to the callers.
So let me say some things here. One caller talked about me not being government, therefore my partisans not working. That is not. If my partisans who are qualified are not working, then that's terrible for the government.
That's why you signed an agreement that you support the job, but
I did not do that.
I did not
even do that.
Okay.
You know, I just said it that I didn't have conversation, whether by telephone or face to face. Our support was unconditional, and our partisans read the press statement that was read by they were there. The press statement was read by the chairman that we prepared. That we are unconditionally supporting the Unity Party. All right, not for job. We didn't discuss anything with them.
Okay.
We also said, as we are supporting you, we have our 10-point agenda. In the first 100 days, if we don't see you proceeding consistent with what we believe for the country, we will be on your back. So we said that, and our partisans applauded that.
You still have that agenda?
We still have our 10-point agenda.
You hope to share that with us?
No, the 10-point agenda I always talk about during the campaign.
Okay, that's a similar.
So they know that. But if the government does not employ a librarian who is qualified because of his partisan connection, then that's bad. That is not the way to unite the country. When you say inclusive governance, it means all of the talented people who are librarians should have jobs. So that would not be my fault, it would be a fault of the government. But more than that, I don't want to say that my style in life is being selfless. To tell you the truth, I love giving more than receiving.
Okay.
That is how I have been from childhood. And I believe a leader, happiness must be determined by the happiness of the people that he leads. And that is the problem today. When you create high level of unemployment in the country by your government policy, you are going to create a lot of hungry people and angry people. And there's no way hungry and angry people can unite except to unite against you. There's no way you can reconcile the country. For example, there's a low-hanging fruit that I've talked about continuously, but maybe they have some people that say, if I do it, then it will look like that the opposition say, if you consider me opposition, who supported you? For example, I've said the president should issue an executive order to cancel graduation fees.
Graduation fees.
You know that some schools, the whole year, the tuition is $200, come to graduation, they say $300. You know? Okay. It is a big burden on families in this country. And I didn't pay graduation fees. There are many people who are serving this government who never pay graduation fees. It is, but then, why saying that? I also have said government should increase subsidies to private schools because the duty of educating librarian children is a duty of government. So when private citizens, institutions, missions, churches take on that responsibility to share, you must give them some of the money from the budget to help you do your duty. But let me conclude by saying,
as we try to close up,
the Merry Christmas to all Liberians. Let's try to enjoy this Christmas and let us buy more Liberian made material during this Christmas. Made in Liberia, like I'm wearing now.
Okay.
Last year,
you bought this for very Liberia.
Right in Liberia on Benson Street. Listen, last year the president sent me a basket of Christmas, things.
Okay.
Beer, wine, all the different things. In return, I sent him a gift with and the card that he sent was, I don't know who made it, but I'm an artist. So I drew my own Christmas card with the words
made in Liberia
and sent it to him. But more than that, I wrapped a hammer made by a Liberian and sent it to him as a gift. I'm going to send him a gift today of the broom because he's trying to fight corruption of the broom, plus a Liberian made country club shirt.
You sent one to George Riazu?
I'm sending one to him.
Have you sent to George Riazu?
Gift is exchange.
Okay, well you sent the gift by gift. Yeah,
it's
the gift you gave. You sent the gift.
Gift is exchange.
Okay, it's exchange. Okay.
but I'm pushing on the Liberianization.
As you try to close up, yes.
I want him to really push on Liberianization. And I'm concluding on this. Last week, there was an agricultural fair in Kanta, Nimba County. Disappointingly, the ministers of government were not there except the Minister of Agriculture. I went, and my witnesses are those who attended. Every table, I went and bought something for every table. I said, people can't carry the things back. So if officials of government, people working in the government are all gone there, they have followed the president. I asked whether the president bought things. They said, no, maybe he gave money to somebody to buy things. But if people have gone and bought things, and then the people are not carrying the things back to the counties, they will have been encouraged next year. And Liberians are doing well. They brought 5 goods, but then they are bringing some processed agricultural material, the bottling things, the packaging things. We should encourage them to do more because agriculture is the sustainable way to develop any country. The mines will go and the land will be here. I'll conclude this.